Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Game 3 here for the PokerStrategy.com TSL3 round of 16. We have got Slayer's Boxer taking on Fnatic.Sen, and we are going to introduce these players right now. Our blue Terran spawning in the south position here on Metalopolis. It is Slayer's Boxer, already with one win under his belt, but so does this guy have a win. Fnatic.Sen are red Zerg. And I like the fact that these are cross positions, because based off of the way that we know that these players have played and can play, we could see some crazy aggression from Boxer. You know, not likely, but I know Sen likes to play that macro game, so I'm going to kind of suspect that this could be a little bit longer one, but you just never know. Day, I'm excited as we're going to find out who's going to take the series lead here in game number 3.
Yeah, the thing to note about Metalopolis, you have to be in man form to play this map. And I don't mean like, you know, if you're a werewolf, you got to turn to man form, so that way you have posable thumbs, so you can actually use mouse. Yeah, or very good, Scooby, yes. But like, you can't do any sort of cutesy, wall-offsy stuff. I mean, on Terminus, well, speaking of man, we see Slayer's Boxer really... Yeah, look at him. He's building the barracks right in the center of the map, so clearly going to be doing a little bit of aggression, planting it right on the forehead of the center face. For any of you who didn't know, the center of Metalopolis, the 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers and the 2 golds form a unhappy man with frowning eyebrows. Just that way.
The tower.
Yeah, and he goes right by the tower and he doesn't see it. Oh my gosh, I'll talk about man form later on. Right now, Sen has to be able to hold off a 2 barracks aggression, but he is going to be doing a cross-map scout very soon. And there he is swinging right on in, and he's going to be able to get to Slayer's Boxer's base, and he's going to slip up the ramp, and there he is. He's getting into Boxer's base. He sees not a barracks in sight, but he doesn't see the orbital command getting morphed yet. When he sees that, he's going to know that something crazy is going on, and he has to go quickly before his front could possibly get walled off by bunkers.
Yeah, and we already had the first Marine out right now. He is nowhere near finding out where the heck this is coming from. But you've got to consider that the gold is the best place. Regardless of where your opponent is, you're going to be able to, you're going to be able to quickly get there. So it's like a safe place to build. Bunker is going to go down. Drones are out. But this time we've got another SCV and a Marine. He's going to chase them away, try to deter them from that SCV, which is building the bunker. More drones are coming out right now, and we do have another Marine joining into the fray. This could be pretty bad for Sen. He's going to move forward, micro these Marines. Now he's got 3 Marines out. Bunker is going to fall, and he's just going to go ahead and put up another one. So finally, after some persistence, Boxer does finally get some aggression to work out here for him. Now it's all going to come down to whether or not this bunker can finish.
And it looks like Sen, again, just refusing to lose drones, refusing to take damage, making a huge number of lings, but look at Boxer, who's going to pull back. Those those barracks are actually very well positioned. He can easily hide behind the gold mineral patches and avoid getting surrounded, but it looks like he is going to be pulling back with everything. And now it's my favorite time of the day. It's time to talk about man mode. On Metalopolis, you don't have the ability to do cutesy wall-offs. We saw on Xel'Naga Caverns a very clever wall-off by Boxer, and then abusing that thin left flank by the Xel'Naga Watchtower to be able to put pressure on the Zerg. On Terminus, we saw Boxer do his very cute wall-off again and end up taking a very fast second and third. But on this map, big, wide-open spaces, especially that natural, is just hittable from all sides. We're going to see Slayer's Boxer constrict some movement, but Sen is going to have a lot of time and space to be able to take the expansions he wants and to poke and do the aggression that he wants.
Yeah, in fact, it's got to be somewhat comforting knowing that those barracks have flown away, and that is going to give you some time. Obviously, I've never seen a floating barracks produce a Marine. That would be pretty crazy, and I should just shut my mouth because they'll actually put that into the game. We have Lings moving around the map, checking things out, and Sen is comfortable because he knows he can drone up. We saw 6 drones. They popped 10 drones now coming out. So again, we're seeing Sen really push his economy to the limit, using the Lings that are out, getting that really late speed as well. And And why not? If you can deal with that aggression, get out what you need to get out, you know that you'll have this window of opportunity where you can do just that. The question is will he ever maybe get a chance to attack off of that? Right now, Boxer, he was pretty vulnerable. He does have the bunker up now, a few Marines as well. And but all he has is the racks as he's getting his stim going right now, and we got 2 reactors at the front.
Looks like he's doing the same style strategy we saw on Xel'Naga Caverns. There's some, again, very nice supply depot placement. Love that Boxer is using that supply depot burrow, unburrow mechanic a lot in his gameplay. Very, very underused. A lot of times people just build it, burrow it, and then they're done with it. You see more of those Marines trying to pop out, and again, we see a very nice timed attack by Boxer. We see no Baneling Nest. Zergling speed is about 25%. Very, very well thought out. More Marines popping out for Boxer Factory at about 65%, and there's an Evo Chamber going down by Sen. This is one of my favorite ways to play Zerg. Big expanding, big upgrades, low on tech, very, very effective, very long-term focused.
Yeah, and, it looks like it's going to work out here because those Marines are going to scoop back. SCV does scout that third hatchery that is down for Fnatic.Sen. He's got more Zerglings coming out, and all of a sudden, after all that droning, you just see the production bar blowing up with Lair, Roach Warren. We've got +1 melee attack. Speed's about to finish. The creep is spreading around. We've got the other hatchery going down as well. So Lings are going to be much more beneficial once they actually do have speed here. He's got 1 Ling waiting for that third expansion coming up for Boxer. Boxer is going to move out with a bunch of Marines. He'll take out that Ling and get ready to drop a command center that is not yet built, but eventually will go down. Zerglings are going to move on in. They do take out a single Marine, but the bunker's there. Going to swing around, grab some SCVs, and all die.
Ooh.
All die. Nothing to report.
All get absolutely murdered on the way out, but they killed at least something. Always important to note. In a lot of circumstances, it's a pretty significant mistake that a lot of newer players make, where if a unit's gonna die, you gotta just let it start to do as much damage as possible instead of trying to continue to run left and run right in some hopeless, futile fashion to maybe squeeze out. Got to turn right back around if you're Sen there and try to kill off more SCVs. I mean, in that case, there was a little bit of a window where maybe he could have got out, but Boxer's a little too good. But I'm glad that, again, Sen did at least some damage.
Yeah, and looking at the supply right now, 97 to 94. He's going to run into another group of Marines there. And we did note that the Baneling Nest went down, the moment that we saw a lot of Marines there on the field for Boxer. He had to expect it anyway. It was there in his timings. So we've got that. It is down. We've got Banelings being morphed in the back. And we got Baneling speed on the way, something that I really think hurt him in game number 1 by not having. So I'm glad to see that right now. Now, Slayer's Boxer is moving forward here, and this is where if he sets up some defense, he could take the gold. He can really start to control the map from this area right here. So I would love to see him go up here, scan, take out some of these creep tumors, or just flat out attack the third. But let's see how much he decides to extend himself here.
Uh-oh, he's trying to squeeze on up. The creep tumor sees everything right now. Boxer getting some good positioning. Love that tank on that top lip of the ramp. And we see units trying to swing down, but that tank is in an amazing spot. Marines continuing to broach on up to the high ground. Sen's now going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to scoot on up with Lings and Banelings from the backside. Huge tank hits. Take out most of those Banelings. The Roaches move up. Not going to be able to eliminate this attack, but will be able to pick off that key tank that was by that ramp, and now Sen having to pull back everything. Boxer with amazing timing. Does have combat shield done with that attack. Gonna have to lift up and skedaddle, as they say. But Sen, again, not looking in the best position. Baneling speed looks like finally is done, so he might have an opportunity for some pretty key hits.
Yeah, and he does going to have an opportunity to attack here before the reinforcements getting here. One of these tanks really, really low. Another one has replaced that spot on the low ground. And is he going to counterattack? He is swinging around to try to kill any reinforcements units, but he was literally just like 2 seconds behind. He's going to rush in, take a hit from the siege tank, and back off. We've got more Marines moving forward. The mining will stop once again. A few Lings go and die to the cause. He does have a lot of Banelings, but he might just go ahead and give this up right now. And we got Lings streaming coming down to the base. We're going to have a counterattack here. There is nothing.
Oh!
Oh, he raises those depots just in time, sieges up his tanks, and imagine if that would have got there and done the damage.
I mean, Sen is just in a much, much harder position than you really want to be at this stage. I mean, with that big long-term macro-style game, it's always a little too tempting to make too many drones. That's exactly what we saw here. He was not quite prepared enough for Boxer's huge push, but now we're seeing Sen back up and take the gold expansion now that he's making pretty much only Zerglings and only units. We see Zerglings and Banelings positioning around that flank at the left. But it looks like, no, Sen might just go for another counterattack. You know, Weed, I'm going to stop guessing. It looks like Sen's just going to group on up again.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure either here, dude. He is grouped up right outside. This is still going to be a tough attack. Remember, we got that siege tank all the way in the back, and here he goes, moves forward. He's going to go right past the bunker, right past the first siege tank. It goes down. He's going to try to get to the back siege tank as well. Still a lot of Banelings here. He will completely devastate this force, leaving absolutely nothing behind. I take that back. One Marine gets picked up in a medevac, and he's looking out the window, eating his bag of peanuts like, I made it, but we lost everything. Another group is coming forward here, but that gold is being taken, so he's going to come up here, get the vision on the tower, and siege up, and this is horrible because it can completely neutralize this gold.
Yeah, I mean, Boxer, just an absolute hero of positioning, and look, not only being able to put pressure on the gold, he's going to move up. It's likely going to be taken out, but also this helps Boxer defend his own gold. But ooh, Weed, I don't know about this double expand by Boxer. It's going to have to be very, very carefully defended. This might actually kill a lot of Boxer's aggression unless he really ramps it through the roof. Sen now pumping out 5 Mutalisks. He's trying to swing around. He is going to manage to pick off some tanks.
Yeah,
got to be very careful.
Yeah, I mean that's a great position to be as Terran, but it's terrible when you get snuck up on with a bunch of mutas, and now we have quite a few mutas out, almost 16 for Sen right now. And again, this is just how he likes to play. Now, Slayer's Boxer's responding great. He's got a ton of missile turrets all around. He's got, look at 4 going down there at the third as well. We've got Sen throwing down, not only is rebuilding his third, but a fourth. He's also got the macro hatch up as well. So really trying to get his economy back, hoping to do some damage, some harassment here with these mutas, but it is going to be tough. He's going to have to commit to losing some stuff going up against these missile turrets, and here he goes in. He will take one out. Going to move in. He's going to take out the refinery.
Interestingly, not leaving that refinery at 1 hit point. It looks like Sen changing up his style every now and again, but with that planetary fortress down, it's going to mean there's going to be a big halt on the aggression for Sen. We see Boxer now moving on up. This is not a good-looking position for Sen. I mean, the food counts are pretty close, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Boxer is in an amazing position. It's a full 4-base Terran versus a barely 3-base Zerg, and now we see Sen trying to swing around, trying to get into a good position. I mean, Sen's going to have to hit a miraculous angle. Ooh, 2 free medevacs is going to help a lot.
Yeah, you know, the other thing, too, is all the larva has pretty much been used up right now, and there will be another inject phase coming here, but he wants to try to delay this to just get one more round of units out. We do have quite a bit at the natural, but the mutas are going to move in, and it will come down to the angle. They're going to try to swing around the back. Marines do find him, take out one, almost take out a second, and here comes the Lynx, distracting them just for a little bit. Banelings are going to move in, and quite a few takes were taken out, but will it be enough? Muta's going to sacrifice themselves, and oh my god, a few more baits left in there will do the trick. It is all gone.
An amazing cleanup right there by Sen, eliminating everything. But look at Boxer, look at the left side. Another army. Well, I didn't even like that one. The new model is out. I went to IKEA and got it half off. And you know, that whole army was built with 1 Allen wrench. It's pretty amazing. You see Boxer.
Amazing.
Yeah, swinging on through that left side. You know what? I love this timed aggression because the Baneling count for Zerg is essentially a 0. They are all gone and done, and Boxer knows it. He's beginning to move out. Only 2 Banelings in production right now. Boxer is just going to nullify those expansions. He doesn't need to completely kill it off. He just needs to stop it from doing anything. And again, that 5th base That attempted 5th base getting cleaned up. But look at this, Sen spotting a few Marines out of position. Gonna take those out. Very, very smart tactical play with these mutas.
Wow, I think he might go in yet again and take out all these Marines. He's just taking out everything the Boxer's throwing at him. All the tanks go down.
Wow.
And I saw another group moving up here. Where did it go? Oh, it's up on the top. Marines who went inside to take out that expansion, they go down as well. And here's the big difference between the last battles that we've saw is that Sen is ending up with a lot more units. Now his muta count is down. But the thing is that right now Boxer's sitting on 1,500 gas. And it looks like he's going to get ready for some even more expansions here as SCV is going to start moving out and get going with that. I mean, I don't know. His mineral count is really low, so how quickly another group is out, but as long as he could get his Banes back and keep going and keep his muta count up, I think he could continue to handle this.
Yes, 16 Mutalists is really like a magic number for Zerg. That's really when Terran has to start having a whole army there to deal with it. It goes from harassment to straight up attacking. And oh no, tanks on siege! Sen rolling in with the Banelings. Boxer unusually caught out of position, but look at the Lord of the Lanes, Sen rolling in, doing massive damage, but Boxer might just have a few too many Marines. No, it looks like that muta count, again, magical number 16. A little bit too high to deal with until those Marines show up.
Yeah, and the medevacs that are going down, very, very strong. He is going to load up here, smartly take out any expansion that might be going up for Sen, and there is one. In fact, he could take out both of them here. It's going to depend on how quickly Sen reacts, as here they come stimming up. They will quickly take this out or force a cancel. And looks like it's going to go down. The hatchery at the his 4th is up as well. Finally, he moves into position. Will he be able to take away those medevacs? It does look like he will get away with them. No problem. Now, the army of Boxer is continuing to grow here in the gold base, but he hasn't taken to... Oh, there we go. 4th flying over, already in orbital, going to secure that position. So Day, a back and forth battle, +3 armor, +3 weapons for the Terran right now, as more mutas, more Banes on the way. What are their upgrades? +2 attack for them, +2 attack for Lings, +1 carapace. So really continuing to stay with this Ling Bling muta mix.
But Boxer is just sprinting ahead in the food count, 185 to 140, but we've seen Sen come back from this again. Sen only just now able to recoup that left expo, and look at Sen picking off any isolated unit with that muta count that high. That poor tank, my god, he had a family, and now we see so many Banelings trying to swing on him. The muta count is enormous, but there's a drop in the main, and Boxer not paying attention to the drop in the main, just stims and sits and does nothing. And now that Sen has managed to clean up that left half, now Boxer swinging in with the drop into the main, but it looks like there are too few units from Sen. He's trying to swing in with Broodlings, and oh no, he loses the spawning pool. Oh, the Lord of the Lings is the Lord of rebuilding a spawning pool and waiting for way too long at this stage in the game.
That was such a... Not only did he get the Baneling Nest, but he also got the spawning pool. We've got the 4th going down for Boxer. I guess that's his 5th, actually. Mutas are going to go over there. He's got to know that this is a possibility. Medevacs are going to be chased over. Marines will all eject from the medevacs, but they will be taken out here one by one from the mutas. A couple casualties on the Zerg side as all of those are cleaned up, and the medevacs will go down as well. And we've got another force moving forward. And how is he going to do it? He's got just muta production. The pool's gone. The Baneling Nest is gone. And GG.
Good game. Unbelievable play by Boxer. You need man mode on that map, and a man we saw today, that army positioning and tactical play by Boxer was impeccable. The first push at the top left position, the securing and locking down of that center gold expansion, the relentless jamming of huge numbers of Marines and tanks up that left flank, and then the perfectly timed drop in the main to finish it all up. Sen just looked like he was on the back foot all game long, but you know what, that is the way that a momentum Zerg looks. You always look look like you are about to die, and in a game like this where Boxer managed to pull the win off, Sen doesn't look as close to the win as he actually was. And that is a big danger to note. That game went to the 26-minute mark.
Yeah.
And if for some reason that muta count got up to 30 and Boxer had to start playing defensively, Sen could have turned that game around in a heartbeat. And that is what impresses me so much about Slayer's Boxer.
He shows, and what people peg at him, people say this guy is a legend because of this, and they give this long list of reasons. And one of them is his ability to just put his mind all over the map, to just really focus. Now, I, of course, say that with the caveat that he did have the drop that just sat there in the main. But I do think that it was important focusing on both. He effectively got done the damage that he needed to get done with that drop in the main while still managing the fight that was taking place. And then, of course, he had that final blow at the end. Take out the expansions. The natural was out. The main was out. The third was getting low. Boxer had the gold, and that's a hard thing to overcome as well. So really played it nicely. Boxer's going to take the game lead in this series, making it 2-1 versus Sen, and suddenly puts Sen's back up against the fence because he has got to win the next one in order to stay alive. This is, of course, a best of 5, folks. So, the way Boxer's been playing, certainly people have to be re-impressed by Boxer, if you will.
Absolutely. I mean, there were a lot of times in the Brood War days where Boxer would be thrown out into a Pro League match and he'd start to get creative and his opponent would move out with 4 times as many units and just kill him, and everyone would kind of cry. But now we're seeing a completely revamped, improved Boxer, not just his old traditional style of amazing tactics, just like you said, having his mind all over the map, but also having so many units, an incredible macro. That was my favorite part of watching that game, right when the army died and I was ready to do a Zerg cheer. We saw another 50,000 Marines roll right on through, and that is very exciting to see. Boxer is in amazing form and could close out the series in set 4.
Yeah, and Sen did try a few times to really cripple the production in a few of these games, but it hasn't quite worked for him yet. I guess he's trying to figure out, what is the best weapon to use against that. And going into game 4, if I'm Sen, I'm sitting here going, let me think about how I've lost here. And really, I think it comes down to the point that you just made, Day, is that a remarkable macro, counter pushes that are not necessarily working or not doing as much damage as he would like them to do. And while the mutas seem to be really effective in the battles, he's not getting as much harassment as I think he wants to get off. So, what is he going to do to try to change that up? A question that I hope we see answered by Fnatic.Sen. Of course, Boxer, as you mentioned, he could close out this series. So day 9, game 4. Are you ready?
I am so ready, and I just want to re-highlight something you said that I think is so key, that it has been so hard for Zerg to be able to do any harassment, to be able to have control, and that really is the theme of Boxer's play. He seizes control of the game and will not give it up at any moment. Zerg has almost never had an opportunity to be the aggressor because Boxer is so in his face all game long. So I am really excited to see game 4 on Shakura's Plateau. Wheat, take it away for us.
All right, guys, you better stick around because when we come back, Boxer is on the edge. He could push Sen right over into the giant chasm. Sen has got his back against the wall or the cliff, and he's got to win the next one to stay alive. So when we come back, the PokerStrategy.com TSL3 continues in the round of 16 with Game 4 between Slayer's Boxer and Fnatic.Sen. Don't go away.